Questions. Pome their friends have you noticed, whenever someone tells us yo look younger than your age, suddenly our chest expands a little. Our smile grows wieder and we feel like we just received an Award. Pause. Audience lauks, but have you ever talked? Questions. What does it actually mean? Is it only about glowing skin? Or maybe about Hoffman and Tiaging creams we buy on Amazon? Or is there something deeper? Questions. It means you are not sharing unnecessary stress with their friends. Let us reflect on something we ignore but deeply experience every single day. Stress. Yo antibosknov. Stress has become like a shadow in modern life. Freser is deadliness at work, bills at home, family expectations, questions, social media comparisons, stress follows su sever here. But here is a simple truth. When you are stress inside, it does just remain inside. It shows outside, and the first place it shows up is on your face. Think about it, Jones. Have you ever noticed how someone looks after a sleepless night of worry? Es fallen skindul expression tiret. Questions. It almost feels like a teagek 5 years in Ustonenik. Stress is like a rust, doisk permission. Questions. It just ever slowly at the beauty glove of our life. You may use all the expensive creams, serums, and beauty products. But if you don't learn to let go of unnecessary stress, no cosmetics in the world can hide it. No let me share a simple example. Once he was traveling and he met a gentleman at the airport. His hair was fully grey, he had wrinkles, and he walked with a heavy posture. He looked last 65, viele were talking, he said, byłem 48. I was shocked. On the same journey so me also another man, full of energy, smiling enthusiastic, walking with slickness. He told me he was 62, and he was shocked again, because he looked like 45. What was the difference? Questions. The first man was carrying stress like a lugage on his head, and the second one was carrying peace like a flower in his hair. That's the reality, my friends. Stress does just steal or peace still so yours. Stress makes older before a time. Peace makes us younger even beyond time. Let us bring this down to daily life. Jouk nowe alface traficiams. Questions. Some people shit in the car honking, shouting, choosing, banging, destaring, hell, but the time they are home. Questions. They are exhausted and facelogs drained. Another person in the same traffics, same am decides to play some good music. Jons, maybe an old friend or simply brease deeply. Same shit on but for completely different results. One added wrinkles to his face, the other added saltness to his heart. Orke family life. Questions. Maybe you teenager decline their wrong. On a parent shouts, stress gets angry, blood pressure goes high, stress leans deepen on the forehead. Another parent takes a de breas, size salmly person place clean your room. Questions. Il heu to die but tomorrow of you do it yourself. E one hose stress, one hose peace, and fichone vilog younger, yoke of the answer. Sometimes people say pobuds famille, stress is natural. Vhat do I say, stress is natural. Options, but suferim stress is optional. Rain is natural, you cannot stop it. But carrying an umbrella is your hoice. Questions. Problems are natural, you cannot stop them, but carrying peace is your hoice. Let me share a small wisdom here. Options, both stress does come from situations. It comes from our reactions. We can't always control what happens to us, but we can always control how we respond. And when we use a calm response, we not only protect our mind, but we also protect our face, our health, our usefulness. I remember reading about a study. Questions. People who practice meditation for even 10 minutes a day look significantly on their actual age. Questions. Because meditation is like a mental spa. It washes off the dirt of stress, polishes the skin of your emotions, questions, and brings out the glow of peace. Now imagine this every morning. You wake up instead of instantly jumping to your phone. Strolling through stressful emails or social media. You should quietly for 5 minutes your eyes brace deeply and you smile. Questions. Tat smile tat salnes will travel vis jou def holiday. Jo mai stil face halenges, but jo will face tetem vis graze, not vis wrinkles. Let's take another daily example. Suppose you are at work. Your boss gives you extra tasks at the last moment. Stress mode size. Boch no, vhime. This is unfair and immediately your body tenses. Your forehead thickens, and you use flees away. Peace mode size. Doka it's halenging, but let me organize it step by step. Il do fatican and the rest il let go. Same vokloat. But on a mindset will make you look 10 years older, and the other will make you look 10 years younger. Friends, youthfulness is not hidden in a bottle of cream. Questions. It's hidden in the way you manage your inner world. Stress creates house, peace creates harm. Stress takes away glove. Peace gives you graces. Stress you look tired, peace makes you look timeless. So the next time someone tells you, Biolog younger than your age is mille deeply, but also it means you are living viscele. It means you are not carrying unnecessary stress. It means you are causing peace over panics, calm over chaos, response over reaction. Questions. And remember this, the weight that Jesus fastest is not the weight of years, but the weight of worries. If you drop that weight, questions. You don't use look younger, you live younger. Questions. It means you know the art of laughter with their friends. Have you ever noticed how children laugh? Questions. Take and laugh at the simplest of things, a balloon on floating in the air, a puppy wagging its tail. Questions. Or if an fell landed upagain. Tail laughter is natural, pure effortless. Do you know how many times a hill laughs in a single day? Research says nearly 300 to 400 times. Post question, do you know how many times an average adult laughs 3 to 4 times? Just imagine. As we grow older, we don't use lose or tears or hair, or energy we lose or laughter. Questions. Losing laughter is one of the biggest reasons we older than we are. Laughter is not just sound, it is medicine. Questions. When you allow your face leaks up, your heart opens, your body relaxes stress, and your spirit feels alive. Laughter is the happiest and most effective anti-aging cream. No side effects, no expiry date, and it is available instantly on yoga. Let me share a small story. Questions. Once a man visited a doctor complaining of constant fatigue and sadness. He said the doctor old, he felt heavy. Questions. He don't feel like living. The doctor examined him and said, physically you are fine. You don't need medicines. You need laughter. Questions. The man said o doctor, he will find laughter. The doctor replied, o go to the circus in town. Tere is a clown tere for make severone lau. Sheet infis show for on a whore, and you will feel young again. Question. I the man bovet vis het and say softly, Odotsto I am that clown. I the world laughed with him, but he forgot half to laugh himself. Questions is our condition today. We make oser smile through social media posts, jokes or celebrations, but instead we are serious, stresses and burdened. We have lost the art of laughing at our of mistakes, at life's little surprises, at situations that are beyond our control. Think about it practically. When was tiaimu lauges chamuch som jochteu stomach hurt, tears rolled down your heads, and you almost forgot your age. Those moments are priceless. In those moments you look 10 years younger, don't you? Bețause la cărases vorelines, entre places tem visioilines. Let us look at daily life examples. Questions. Suppose spilti on your cereal in the morning. Some people get angry, frustrated, and spoil the entire day with irritation. Post questions es laugat themselves the shirt and move on. Une person's face looks older with stress. Questions. The other person's face looks younger with joy. It is not the situation, but our reaction that hangs how we look and how we feel. Questions. Or imagine you are in the kitchen and you forget to add salt in the curry. When your family sits to eat at on a person makes shout, question kind of talking his teeth. He walks so hand can't even eat properly. Tat angerages de față imediatele. Question ser person mai laug ansai, potodai de care is for pe oplef hoare dieting. If jo van salt questions, here i de shakere vreune laugst de mod likens an de familiebond grofs. Same mistak different reactions, questions, onerinkles de ose radiance. Friends, lauter is no boit ignung problems. Is about saring tem likle. Life is to short attack everything so seriously. If you look at your past, many of the things you once worried about no sem funne. Questions. Tat exam jo faile tat proposal tat got rejetztet, tat jo pio dikketei, all fellike disasters ten, but no jo smile thinking about them. If you can laugat your past today, why not laugat your present also? There is also a health aspect. Studies show that lauter improves blood circulation, boosts immunity and reduces stress hormones. Questions. It is literally a workout hair and face. 10 minutes of lauter is like 30 minutes of exercise for your body. Questions. No wonder plefo laug more live longer and laug younger. I once met a woman for who was 72 years old. Wchensze tolme herage. Questions. It's old believe it loket like she was in helate 50. I asked her, povchatis jo setsret shesai was fami questions. I don't allow a single day to pass without lauging kele at leastonce. I shared that povere nig before I slept. I wat some comedy clips you otal to my friends for make me laug, it keeps me young. If had a beautiful practice, instead of ending the day with stress, shares it with laughter, and her facets are as usefulness. So, my friends, questions. If someone says you look younger than your age, it means you have not lost the art of laughter. Tunes. It means you can still see humor in mistakes, playfulness in daily life, and you in small things. You might have a grey hair, questions, but you'll start the sparkle of a hilt in your smile. And always remember this, seriousness is not a sign of maturity. It is often a sign of buried stress. Real maturity is when you can handle life's challenges with responsibility but also with a smile. Questions. So let's not wait for some special occasion to laug, lange very day, laug at yourself. Laug with oses, and laug without the reasons. Becase the day before gehof to lau is the day we start walking oltan or age. Questions. And the day we rediscover or laughter is the day we start looking younger again. Questions. It means your relationships are healthier with their friends when people tell you that you look younger than your age. Very often it is not because of hat kremjuse, hat fotjoet or hof much yo exercise. Many times, it is because of the quality of your relationships. Questions. A person fotsaris bitterness in their head will always tsari happiness on their face. A person fotsaris love forgiveness. Pions. Harmony will always tsari glove in their reyes. Healthy relationships make us useful. Unhealthy ones make us age faster. Think of this. Have you ever seen someone who is constantly thinking at home? Who is always complaining about their family? Who is always holding grudges? They forehead always has a frown, their eyes look tired, and their smile is missing. It is almost as if their anger are carving wrinkles into their face. On the other hand, questions. Have you met grandparents who live in simple homes, have very little money, but are surrounded by laughter and wars of family? There is twinkle te hegs glove, and even with grey hair long and alive. It is the power of healthy relationships. Let me share a story. Onset for women of the same age was around 55 came to a wellness camp. The first one looked at last 65, tired, stressens. The second looked closer to 40, radiant and full energetics. When the instructor asked them about their lives, questions. The first woman said, I don't get along with my children. I have a fix with my husband. I don't speak to my relatives. Questions keep everything inside me and I can't forgive anyone. The second woman said, my life is not perfect, I say. Questions, I also have problems. but I don't hold grudges. If something goes wrong, I should vis my family talk it out, something slag it out. I forgive quickly, I let go. That was the difference. The first woman carried bitterness in her heart and it showed on her face. Questions. The second woman carried in her heart and it showed as youthfulness. Friends, relationships are not about perfection. Questions. If a family has misunderstanding, a friendship has disappointments, every marriage has arguments. But the question is, yes, do you carry them forever, or do you resolve them and release them? The heavier your heart, the older your face. The lighter your heart, the younger your face. Let's take a simple example. Imagine a husband and wife. On a morning, questions. The husband forgets to compliment his wife after she has dressed beautifully for a function. She gets upset instead of telling him clearly she stores that her inside. Days pass and it grows into anger. Years pass and it grows into resentment. Every time she looks at him, face reflects that anger. Compare this with another wife, pies vis a smile, po jou dit notice med restodai. Next time place log care fully. He lauks, and the relationship stays leaked. For do you think will look younger? The onefo holds grudges or the onefo lets go. Kions. Wofte underestimate hof much emotional baggage shows on our face. A mind filled with compliance makes the log dull. A heart filled with gratitude makes the shine. A person for constantly says, po nobody cares about me, everyone misunderstands me. Wilson logged here at target. A person for says, po am blessed to have a tesse people in my life, even with their flaws. Questions. I will carry a freshness that no beautoduts can match. Here is another daily life pitsture. Questions. Sufo broses have a property dispute. On a browser keeps ficting in thought, keeps plotting in his head, keeps choosing his sibling. His health suffers, his face looks older. The other browser says, we will not vaste me life in bitterness. Let him have a more, I will keep me peace. Utat peace betsomes his strengths and his face gloves visit. Questions. Fig browser do think will look younger even at shed missioned. Friends, youthfulness is not only a physical condition. It is an emotional reflection, and emotional health depends on relationship health. The best diet and the best exercise cannot make you longer if your heart is filled with hatred. Questions. But even simple thought a humble lifestyle will make you glow if your relationships are filled with love. Questions. I remember once someone asked me, os famille fat is the setsre to looking even in old age. I replied, questions. Po keep your relationships leaked, don't carry the burden of unnecessary fix, don't carry the poison of unforgiveness, don't carry the baggage of ego. Love is the best moisturizer for your soul. I think the people you admire in your own family. Questions. My beagen moser ho always velsomet verione vis open arms, or a faser for never arguments linger. Questions. Or a fien always turned conflicts into laughter. Haven't you noticed hof they always look at younger tante ratstual years? Sions. That glove came from the pace of their relationships. Some they are friends, if someone tells you that you look younger than your age, it means you have a hosen harmony over hostility. It means you have a hosen forgiveness over grudges. It means you have a hosen to smile at your family instead of frowning at them. Questions. It means you have not a loved bitterness to wrinkle your face. And remember this simple truth. Wrinkles on the skin are natural, but wrinkles on the heart are optional. Skin wrinkles come with time, but heart wrinkles come with grudges. If you keep your heart wrinkle-free, your face will always look useful. It means you are not comparing yourself constantly with their friends. One of the most silent but most gross thieves of our youth is comparison. The moment we start comparing ourselves with others, we invite stress, jealousy, and restlessness into our life, and you of heritage emotions show first. On the face, days lost their sparkle, the smile disappears, and the natural glow fades, but fen som onesais yo lokio tan your age questions. Very often it means you have mastered the art of living without constant comparison. Think of a simple truth, questions. Every fruit ripens its own time. A mango will ripen in summer, an apple in autumn, and an orange in winter. Questions. If a man compares itself to an apple, it will fail frustrated thinking. Of who am I not sweet enough, but the mango has its season. With steaming its beauty, and sodove, person has a unique way journey. The problem begins when we forget our uniqueness and constantly look at someone else's timeline. Let me share a story. Questionując that told me po familii. I felt so old and irrelevant dog I am just 30. My all friends are earning more than me. Questions. Driving bigger cars and posting better pictures on social media. I felt like I am behind in life. I looked at him and sighed. Question not behind. You are just walking on your own road. Stop looking see device and you will see how far you have come. Questions. I comparison did not let him enjoy his present. And that were already against him. Is that what happens to many of us? Questions. We stroll through social media and instead of being inspired, we feel inferior. We look at someone's holiday photos and think, but my life is boring. If we see someone's promotion and think, my career is failing. Questions. If we see someone's smiling picture and think, my marriage is weak. If without realizing that these are only high trails, the full stories. But by comparing, we all of unnecessary stress to enter, and stress is the fastest wrinkle maker. Let us take a daily life example. Imagine for woman of the same age. One spends her time comparing with her neighbors to she has a better sari. Her children are doing better. Her husband earns more, since her house is bigger. I die bedeutet se tokens her restless and unhappy. Her se become stikt. Her voice becomes sharp, her smile vanishes. The other woman focuses on her own blessings say have fought to eat, children to love, are of to live under. Gratitude makes her peaceful, and that peace shines through her face. At the same age, one looks older because of comparison, the other looks younger because of contentment. Comparison not only makes us older, it blinds us to our own gifts. Questions. A fish that tries to climb a tree will always fail like a failure, but in the water it is unmatched. In the same way, when we measure ourselves by someone else's yardsticks, we feel inadequate, but when we focus on our own strengths, we feel empowered. Questions. And empowerment brings a glove that no fairness cream can give. There is a beautiful saying, or the flower does not think of competing with the flower next to it. It just blooms. Have you ever seen a garden where roses fixed with lilies or tulips get yellows of sunflowers? Never. One blooms in its own way, and together they make the garden beautiful. Questions. Imagine if human beings so live like flowers just blooming in their own way instead of comparing. Our faces will carry so much more freshness. Let me give you another practical picture. A man at work says his colleague buying a new car. Instead of being happy, feels insecure and starts working overtime, not for his family's need, but only towards that hope. Stress increases, health decreases, and soon he looks much older than he is. Another man at the same office the same and says, but for him, so there is enough for me right now. Vosgurs vis peace, comes home on time, spends time with family, and zares joy on his face. Same situation twomincets, gwest younger, de one fohoses peace over comparison. Friends, when people say, pa you look younger than your age, question. It often means have stopped comparing. Your of your voice is not defined by your neighbor's salary, your solutions house, or your friends life style. Your of your voice is defined by your journey, your values, and your inner peace. And here is a secret. Comparison does just us emotionale, it also ages us physicale. Stress hormones increases when we felen we or insecurity. Sleep quality decreases when we worry about what's thing up. e ant all of tis reflects on de face dac circles dulnes premature wrinkles, on the other hand, when believe contentment, our body relaxes, our interest, and our natural beauty shines. So, my dear friends, let us remember, comparison steals your questions, and you is the real makeup of the soul. If you want to look younger, stop looking the device. Valk your oven pass. Celebrate osers without devaluing yourself. Smile at your oven patse of life. But also at the end of the day, questions. No one remembers you for having more than osers. They remember you for being compassionate and youthful. And tose qualities, my friends, are the truest secret of looking younger than your age. Questions. It means you live still respects your body, my dear friends. When someone tells you, but you look younger than your age, it is not always because of expensive creams, designer clothes or fancy salons. Many times, questions. It is simply because you have a reason to respect your body. Your life still the way you eat, the way you sleep, pions, the way you move become a silent artist, painting usefulness on your face and energy in your body. Think of the body like a car. If you fuel it with the right petrol, service it on time, and drive it fully, questions. Even as the car looks good and runs smooth, but if you neglect servicing, pour in bad fuel, and drive it closely, questions. Even used 2 years it will look worn out. Our body is the same. Respects it and will keep you young. Neglects it and it will age you before a time. Let me share a small story. Once, a man in his mid-60s came to a wellness camp he was attending. He was slim, flexible and full of life. Probably he was in his 40s. When asked about his secret, he said, questions. For the last 30 years, I have lived between rules, ate simple food, slept on time and walked every day. That was it, no fancy diets, no expensive games, used to live still offspets for his body. On the other hand, in the same camp, there was another man, only 45, but with so many healthy successes that he looked like 65. His life still was full of young food, latinx and no exercise. The contrast was visible in their faces, their posture, their energy. Daily life shows us dessa same truth. Questions. Imagine Soleagu is working in the same office. On eats heavy fried food every day. Stays awake late at night strolling on the phone and never exercises. By the time he reaches 40, his face looks tired. His belly bulges, his energy drops. The osser Soleagu caries a lunchbox from home simple dal. Roti sabzi slez by 10:30 and walks for 20 minutes daily. He may not look glamorous, but his face caries freshness. His body caries energy, questions. And people keep telling him, "Oh, you lo younger than your age." Irrespecting the body does not becoming obsessed with looking fit. It means treating the body as a sacred gift. We polish our shoes, wash our cars, clean our houses, should we not take care of the very vehicle caries ustro life. Questions. A good life still is a form of gratitude to this body. Take a sleep, for example. When you don't respect your body's need for rest. Questions. Your facere the next morning dark circles puffiness, dullness. You can hide it with makeup. Questions. But you can't hide it from inner energy. But when you respect your body and give it proper rest, you wake up fresh. Questions. Your face shines and people say po young you take food. Young food might give instant pleasure. Questions. But makes the body suffer silently. Heavy meals slow you down, grassy food makes your skin dull. On the other hand, questions. Simple fresh fruits, vegetables, grains nourishes you from within. It does just make your body healthy. Questions. It makes skin glow naturally. Have you noticed how plefho eat licht and natural metals often look brighter than their age? Their use is not bought from a store, it is grown on their plate and ten movement. A body that sits all day becomes stiff, heavy vestirons. But a body that moves daily with something as simple as walking, stretching, or gardening stays flexible and alive. Age may put wrinkles on the face, but inactivity puts rust on the body. And rust makes you look older. Activity keeps you looking younger. I remember meeting a grandmother once. She was 78 years old, questions. Yet she walked daily to the nearby temple, climbed stairs without help, and sought for family with joy. She told me, we never allowed my body to shit idle. Every day I walk, I stretch, and it was true her body was old, but her spirit was useful. People thought she was in her early 60s. Respect for her body kept her young. Friends, questions. Respecting your body is not about punishing it with strict diets or extreme exercises. It is about balance. At fat nourishes you, not fat destroys you. Sleep when your body asks for rest, not when your phone allows. Move daily, even if it's a short walk. Because stillness is beautiful for the mind, but deadly for the body. And let me tell you this, the facts never lies questions, and if respect shows itself clearly. When you respect your body, your eyes look clearer, your skin looks fresher, questions, posture looks stronger. You don't just look younger, you feel younger. And feeling younger is more important than looking younger. Questions, so if someone says, boy you look younger than urage, it might not be because of external beauty at all. It might simply mean you have honored your body with the respect it deserves. It means you have chosen go forth over great, rest over restlessness, movement over laziness. It means you have treated your body as a temple, not as a dustbin. And always remember, my dear friends, we cannot control how many years we live, but we can control how well we live them. If we live with respect for this body, the years might race, but the years will not race. Questions. It means your mind is flexible, my dear friends, when someone says to you, boy you look younger than your age. Questions. In many times it's not just about your skin or your body, it is about your mind. A flexible mind is a useful mind. A rigid mind is an aged mind. Age is not determined by the number of candles on your birthday cake, but by the number of hours you built in your thinking. Think of children. They are curious, open new ideas, ready to learn, quick to adapt. If something doest wordt no survive, if they fall take it up again, they means are flexible. Questions. And the flexibility keeps them youthful and fresh. Nothing of many adults. The older that they get, the more rigid they become. Questions. But this is the only way to do it. We cannot hang enough. We have always been like this. Jesus senses buit invisible walls around the mind, and those walls at invisible years to the face. I remember on meeting 2 men of almost the same age, both were in the early 60s. One of them was careful. Questions. Constant questions about new technology, new books, even new social media apps. Questions. He looked at himself when he made mistakes and said, I am learning like a hit again. His eyes sparkled, weißt du, he looked much younger than he was. The other man was stuck in his voice. He said, Paul, these new things are useless. Young people don't know anything. My way is the only way. His voice carried bitterness, his face carried frowness, posed questions and his energy was followed younger. The one whose mind was open to and flexible. A flexible mind is like water. Questions. It can flow around roads. It can adjust to any shape. It can refresh everything it touches. A rigid mind is like a stone. It might look strong, but it eventually cracks under pressure. And rigidity shows quickly on the facetic expressions and greenness. Last questions, flexibility, on the other hand, shows a slickness, freshness and usefulness. Take a daily example. Questions. In more fossil size, don mom, ivanto hose a different career path. A rigid will immediately say, oh no, this is not the way, ik know better. You must follow me hoitze. I detention that follows creates conflicts in the home, heaviness in the heart and stress on the face. A flexible mind, however, says o tell me more. Frido you want this pass, let me understand you. Even if she does agree fully, her willingness to listen keeps the relationship linked. Questions. And her is the grace of understanding. Or imagine ad hoc a company introduces a new software. An employee refuses. Questions. we don't tolereren, I hatte hanges. I hegrofs frustrated fels lev behind, and son logs tiret, and oser employe size, weits new, its halenging, but let me give it a tree. Even if he struggles at first, his openness keeps him engaged and useful. Questions. Flexibility bs de brain at sive, and anatstive brain keeps de face fresh. I once read a story about a Japanese craftsman. He was 90 years old and still learning new techniques in his art. When people asked him for his say, as long as I learn questions. I live, stop learning is that thing. That's the setzret learnings us alive and alivene escapes us young friends. A flexible mind is also good to forgive. A rigid mind says, I will never forget what you did. I will never hang my opinion. Questions su rigidity creates bitterness. But a flexible mind says, why yes mistakes happen. I can let go. Questions. I forgiveness makes the heart lichter, and the lichter heart makes the face brighter. Questions. Have you noticed how some grandparents play with their grandchildren? They bend, they laugh, they try silly games. Questions. Even at them video games they don't understand. They look younger than their agebetsause termin has not but some stiff. Questions. They are still playful. Compare this with grandparents who say, po don't disturb me. Don't make noise. Don't try new things. Questions. It take growth old not just in years but in spirit. The truth is life will always bring hange. Seasons hang technologe hanges. Questions. Societanes people hange. I remain rigid ve break. I remain flexible ve fluff. Flowing with life keeps us useful. Ficking with life makes us old. So if someone says, be you look younger than you age. Questions. It might be that your mind has stayed flexible. You are willing to learn, willing to adapt, willing to listen. Questions. You don't cling tightly to age, you don't resist very. Hanges adjust you evolve, you ben without breaking. That flexibility is reflected on your fast spiace curiosity and joy. And always remember, my dear friends, grey hair is not a sign of old age. A rigid mind is. If your hair turns grey but your mind stays open, you will always look and feel younger than your years. It means you practice gratitude, my dear friends. Gratitude is like a magic mirror. When you practice it, questions. The reflection you see is always younger, brighter, and more alive many people spend life having beauty treatments, diets, or fashion trends. Questions. But the secret of looking younger than yoga often lies in a simple habit saying pofenu with a sincere heart. Gratitude is not just good manners. It is food for the soul and medicine for the body. Questions. Have you noticed the difference between a complaining face and a grateful face? A complaining face always looks tired, frustrated. Questions. Lines of dissatisfaction get carved into the forehead and they is lost their shine, but a grateful face looks relaxed, peaceful and glowing. The smile comes naturally, they is low kinder, and the full aura feels useful. Questions. Gratitude an invisible moisturizer, it softens the wrinkles of worry and brightens the skin of the soul. Let me share a small story. Once a poor farmer was asked, why do you always look so careful? Questions. Even though you don't have the farmer replied, powiedział se every day if I got had, I have a little and a loving family. Questions. Food to eat and the ability to walk. That is enough for me. His simplicity kept him like heart. Questions. And his face care kam that money sold not buy. On the other hand, a rich man in the same village was always complaining. Questions. My land is not big enough. My neighbors earn more. My children don't listen. Even with wealth. He looked older and more exhausted than the poor farmer. The difference was not in their possessions, but in their gratitude. Let's bring this into daily life. Imagine 4 women waking up in the morning. One opens her eyes and immediately thinks, Boh no. Another day of work, so many problems to face, I don't feel like getting up. She drags herself out of bed with a frown. The other woman opens her eyes and sighs softly, thank you for another day. Thank you for tis breastreas, tis bet, tis familie, sions. Tis life cherises vis asmile, bevening de fielst woman logs draine and older, questions. File desetson stilces freshness on her face. Gratitude ats life to de ars and Dios to de face, sions. Gratitude also hangai vesiha lenges. Vchen problems come, a complaining person asks, povhume I buta gratev person asks, post can I learn from tis shift in attitude reduces stress, antas veknov les stregvals more usefulness. Take fot, questions. Some people et amelant complain, poto salte to bland, not enog variety. Iter dissatisfaction shows on ter face. Oses et desame mealan sai, questions. Po fortunate jam to have fought on me plate hen so many hungry, et that thankfulness fills them vis peace, questions. Anta peace makes them look younger, or think about family, on a man constantly sighs, po me vife dost do know, questions. Me hill don't listen, me parents don't understand, I his heart betsomes heavy, and his face looks older, and oser man looks de same family and size, po I am blessed to have people in me life. They might not be perfect, but they are mine. I that gratitude keeps his heart licht, and his face shines vis usefulness. Friends, gratitude is not about having a perfect life. Questions is about appreciating the imperfect life we have. It is about focusing on blessings instead of deficiencies. If your own problems, they multiply. If your own blessings, they multiply too. Ande on effortsons blessings always logs younger. Questions. Tere is also scienze behintis, studies show that people for practice gratitude sleep better very less and feel happier, and all of this directly affects the face. Better sleep reduces dark circles, less worry reduces wrinkles. Questions. More happiness with natural glow. Gratitude is truly nature's best anti-aging formula. Ionse me a woman in her late 60 es wchoradiatet somuchioitat peopletouk szevas in her early 50s. Vchen I asker sercred. Questions. Szesait peveri nit before I sleep write down 5 things I am grateful for. Some days they are big, like my children visiting me. Some days they are small, like a beautiful sunset. But this hobby keeps my heart young. Her words very simple, but the impact was powerful. Some they are friends, if someone tells you, but you look younger than your age. Questions. It means you have learned of gratitude. You don't walk around with complaints on your lips and grudges in your hair. You walk around with appreciation, and that appreciation becomes visible on your face. And always remember this. Wrinkles on the skin are natural, but wrinkles in the soul come from complaining. Gratitude irons out those wrinkles. Questions. Gre softens de face, lichtens des dees and svetens de smile. So let us all cultivate this beautiful habit. Questions. Vaque vis gratitude live de die vis gratitude, and slay vis gratitude. Don't wait for big miracles to be thankful. Questions. Be thankful the small, everyday gifts to brease, water to drink, friends to talk to, and a heart that still beats. But also gratitude is not just about saying thank you. It is about living for thank you. And when you live to thank you, questions. You don't just look younger, you feel eternally young.